Um, Hello, students. Welcome to Sacred Heart Career Academy botany classes. So today we will discuss some questions on mineral nutrition. Okay. So mineral plants absorb, plants require several elements for their preparation of different biomolecules, and this is some are absorbed from the air, water, and most of the mineral elements they are absorbed from soil along with water. So this but those elements which are found within the plant, all the elements are not essential for the uh, life of the plant. Some of the elements are very essential that without which plant cannot run their life. Okay, but many of the elements that they are not required, or some elements that is required by only some plants that are growing in a particular area or particular species of plants may accumulate or may require a different element which is not required by most of the plants. So there are essential elements, but which are the essential elements? Those things are um, decided by several criteria. So there are criteria for the determining the essentiality of elements. Okay, this history of this mineral nutrition, the knowledge about the mineral nutrition that goes a long back, and several physiologists they have carried out different experiments to find out the essentiality and their role in particular within the plant, and when some elements are short in their life, or there is shortage of elements in the soil, plant may suffer. Okay, and they may show some abnormality. That is usually we call the deficiency diseases, so deficiency symptoms. And so the plant soil should be supplemented with those uh, elements, elements in the form of maybe chemicals. So we add fertilizers and other things. So let us, I believe that you have studied this chapter, and so we will only here discuss something, practice some of the questions. Okay, let us first see that is hydroponic requires purified water um, both 1 and 3. This is the question that the this hydroponics require what it requires. First, I think you know that what is hydroponic. This is the this is soilless cultivation of plants in defined or in nutrient solution. So here the plants that they are cultivated, the plants are grown not in soil. It is the soilless cultivation, and as it is hydro, so it is cultivated in water. Plants are grown in water, but that water must contain nutrients. So it is the nutrient solution, and this nutrient solution is well defined for a particular species that which is grown, and also at a different phase of the plant life, they may require a particular element at a different concentration. So this concentration, the solution, nutrient solution, this is also changed time to time, and it is added in the solution. The different nutrients, these nutrients are added in the form of the salt, mineral salt. This is called the mineral salt because that's within the soil. The different elements are available for the plant by the by breakdown of the mineral, okay, mineral rock. So that's why it is also known as that the mineral nutrition. Okay, in this they have the different elements, and it is for this, as it is a well controlled method of cultivation. Okay, so always it is take a purified water, not the impure water. Okay, because impure water, it contains many different elements, also many different things, so that we don't allow. And the most important one is the mineral salt. So hydroponics, they require the mineral salt, and the mineral salt dissolved in pure water. So our answer is not this one, not only this one. Okay, answer is both. That is the one and three. Okay, so this is the answer. If in this place the both, that is 1 and 3 was not there, this option was not there, then the most appropriate answer would have been, that is the number 3, that is mineral nutrient salt in water. This long back in 17th century, that it was in 19th century, it was taxed. he for the first time showed that the plant can be grown to the maturity with till the flowering, fruiting, etc. Plants can be grown in a salt solution, but it should be defined salt solution, that is in the nutrient solution is first demonstrated. Stated that plants can be grown to its maturity in defined nutrient solution. Okay, and this process, this method of the hydroponic is now is a very successful one, and particularly the vegetable, different vegetable and some fruits also are grown by the methods of hydroponics. Different vegetables are grown in large scale also now. This hydroponics very much helpful in determining the requirement of the plant or of a particular species, that is a nutrient requirement, and at different stages of their life. Next question. Of elements such as carbon and nitrogen in plants is number one option above 10 millimicron, 10 millimole per kg of dry weight. Number two, less than 10 millimole per kg of dry weight. Number three, equal to 10 millimole per kg of dry weight, and option 4 is between 1 and 10 millimole per gram of dry weight. Here option number 4 is per gram. What should be? This is one of the criteria of the deciding that the macronutrient and micronutrient. Actually, macronutrient, that is which is found in the plant in large quantity. Their quantity requirement is more, certain elements, and other some elements, their requirement is very, very less. They require in trace amount, and that's why sometimes the micronutrients, they are also known as trace elements. Okay, this here the criteria of macronutrients and micronutrients is based on the quantity of a particular element present in the body of the plant. And in the body of the plant, not as a fresh body, but it should be dry way. That a amount of tissue is dried up when that all the water, almost all water is evaporated, all the volatile substances evaporated, and that is known as dry weight. And when a plant just taken and weigh, it is called the fresh weight. So it is based on dry weight, not on the basis of the fresh weight per kg. In 1 kg mass of tissue of a plant, 1 kg mass of tissue of a plant containing how much milligram of, here it is per kg in millimole, it is how many milligrams of that element. Okay, so it is in terms of course, in mole, 10 millimole in 1 kg dry weight. So macronutrient, this 10 millimole per kg dry weight. This is the boundary. Okay, this is the boundary. Above this is the macro element, and below this is the micro element or micronutrient. So those elements which are found in the body of the plant more than 10 millimoles, they are called macro elements, macronutrients, or major elements. This macro is also known as major element. Okay, and micronutrients, the trace elements or minor elements. So this number 1 is correct, about 10 millimoles, because carbon and nitrogen, these 2 elements, they are actually major elements. So their presence in the plant body is very high. Okay, so this is the one, and so here a question related to the criteria of the essentiality of the element. So here the question is all given statements are correct correct with respect to criteria of essentiality of minerals except what is that except which is not correct. Now let us see the option. The element must be absolutely necessary for normal growth and reproduction. Number two, the element must be replaceable by another element. Number three, absence of an element and specific of an element causes deficiency in the plant which is corrected by corrected only by adding that specific element in soil. The element plays a direct role in plant metabolism. Okay, here there's four options which decide the essentiality of a particular element. First thing, it is absolutely necessary. This is a valid criteria that it is absolutely necessary for its normal growth, not only vegetative growth, but also the successful reproduction, that is producing the flower, fruit, and viable seeds. Okay, so successful reproduction. The element, next point, the element must be replaceable by another element. See, this criteria is not correct. This one is not correct, and essential element is that which cannot be replaced by any other element. There is no substitute, there is no alternative for an essential element. Okay, so this point is wrong. So here our answer option is that number 2. The element must be replaceable by another element. This is the wrong thing. It should be for the necessity, the essential element, it should be element cannot be replaced by any other element. If it is replaced by any other element, that cannot be the essential thing. The absence of, when a essential element is absent or short in this soil, plant is not getting in a proper quantity, then the plant will show some abnormality. That is what we call the deficiency diseases. And those abnormalities which appear within the plant may be morphological abnormality, or in their physiology that abnormality appears. Those we call the deficiency symptoms. So when the element is deficient, element is in short supply or totally absent, then the plant will show deficiency diseases. And that deficiency disease only can be cured or corrected by supplementing that particular element in the soil. By supplying other element or other compound or other hormones or other medicines, that deficiency, that abnormality cannot be cured. So this cause the shortage of the essential element cause the deficiency diseases in plants. So this is another criteria, and those which are the essential elements, they have a direct involvement in the plant metabolism. Okay, they have direct involvement in the plant metabolism. So their use is direct. There are 16 to 18 essential elements. Okay, and these are the this. So these essential elements again are categorized into macro and micro elements. The macronutrient macronutrients are carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur, phosphorus, calcium, magnesium, and another one is potassium. Okay, these are the macro element and their presence is greater than 10 millimole per kg dry weight. Okay, and the micro element which is less than 10 millimole per kilogram dry weight of tissue, and these are iron, manganese, boron, zinc, copper, then boron, copper, chlorine, and nickel. And another one, important one, is molybdenum. You can add molybdenum. Okay, these are the micronutrients. In some of the physiologists, they don't consider this nickel as a microelement. Of course, according to some other elements also is added, like cobalt. Okay, so these are macro elements, micro elements, and I think we can have questions. Question may be asked like, this way, that all of the following are macronutrients except number 1 is the nitrogen, number 2 that is phosphorus, number 3 sulfur, number 4 manganese. So that all of these are the macronutrients except one. So one, which one? We have to, if we see this list, then it is the manganese is the micronutrient, not a macronutrient. These three are the macronutrients. Okay, question may be asked like this way, or it may contain most of this in these places, that the micronutrient and microelement can be written and may be asked in other way that which one is the macronutrient. Question may be asked in the following way, that select the total number of macronutrients from the list, and in the list given carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, phosphorus, sulfur, copper, zinc, boron, chlorine, manganese, nickel, potassium, calcium, magnesium, molybdenum. This is the list that's given, and from here we have to find out how many macronutrients are there. Option given are, number one option is 8, number two option 9, and number 3 is 10, number 4 is 11. See here in this question that particularly option 3 and option 4, option 3 and option 4 cannot be the answer, because we know how many macronutrients are there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Macronutrients are only 9. So these two options, that is the 10 and 11, that option number 3 and option number 4, this is not at all correct. And so our answer will be from here, either 8 or 9. Okay, so we have to find out how many are the macronutrients. So macronutrients are, we have to remember this list of macronutrients and micronutrients, then only you can, there is a very easy answer, but you have to remember the list. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 here, 6, then 7, 8, 9. These are the macronutrients. All the macronutrients have been included in this list. The list may not have all the macronutrients. It may be less. Here it is altogether that 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 16 out of the 17 elements, 16 has been added here. Okay, this list may be long, list may be short, but you have to remember and you can get the answer. So here our answer will be number 2, because all 9 macronutrients have been included here. Sometimes some of the elements that which are not essential, and the plant physiologists consider them as not essential, but it is beneficial to the plants and it is found in the plant, and maybe not in all the plants, but most of the plants they are present, and they carry out some important function of the plant. So sometimes they are called the beneficial elements, and these beneficial elements in the list of the beneficial elements, so there are four. This sodium, cobalt, selenium, these are some of the beneficial elements. This sodium, silicon, sodium, silicon, selenium, and cobalt. These are beneficial elements. We have to, in this chapter, we have to remember to solve questions from here. We have to remember the specific function of the different elements, their role, and based on that also question can be asked. Say like we will discuss one question, say like the question number, we are giving that read the following statement. The statements are component of chlorophyll, second statement, help to maintain a ribosome structure. Okay. Number C, activate enzymes of respiration and photosynthesis. D, involve in synthesis of uh, nucleic acid now the question is the above roles are played by number one option is calcium, number two option is magnesium, Number 3, manganese, and number 4, it is the chloride ion, chlorine. Okay, so these are the functions that carried out by some of the elements. Now, which element we have to remember some of the important function of this. So here, the component of chlorophyll. Say out of here, chlorophyll which is a lipid in nature, that chlorophyll contains, each molecule of chlorophyll contains one atom of magnesium. Chlorophyll is a very large molecule, but it contains one atom of magnesium at the center and 4 atoms of nitrogen. 1 magnesium, 4 nitrogen, and rest is carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen. Okay, so this is 4 nitrogen, 1 magnesium. This is the component of chlorophyll. Help in maintenance of ribosome structure. You know that ribosome has 2 ribosome is having a structure having 2 subunits. One is a larger subunit and a small subunit. In a complete ribosome, these 2 subunits are joined together. Say in the eukaryotic system, this is large subunit is 60S and it is 40S. So it makes the 80S ribosome. This ribosome may change into this ribosome structure. They may associate and dissociate. These 2 subunits separate and join together. And this is carried out by the concentration of the magnesium. Magnesium has a great role here for the association and dissociation of the ribosomal subunit. Association and dissociation of ribosomal subunit. When the magnesium concentration decreases, ribosomal subunit separate, dissociate. With the rise in the concentration, they associate to form the complete ribosome. If the concentration is increased further, then sometimes 2 or more ribosomes join together. So magnesium has a role in the maintenance of the ribosomal structure. This magnesium, the different elements are the activators. Many of the enzymes are functional only when the enzyme is attached with certain metal ions. Okay, so this is the magnesium is useful in the functioning of the enzyme which is required by the respiration and by the photosynthesis. Okay, so this is this activation and involved in the synthesis of nucleic acid. For the synthesis of RNA and synthesis of DNA, also magnesium is important. So all these characters, all this function is common for this function of magnesium. And that's why magnesium is important. If the magnesium is deficient in the soil, then what will happen? If magnesium is short, it is deficient, then the chlorophyll will not be synthesized. And if the chlorophyll is not synthesized, then the color of the leaf will become pale, yellow. Yellowing of the leaf takes place, and that is known as the chlorophyll. So for the deficiency of magnesium, there is chlorophyll takes place. Chlorophyll takes place. Of course, not only the magnesium is the cause of chlorophyll, because for the chlorophyll synthesis, magnesium is required, nitrogen is required. All right. So nitrogen also can cause the chlorophyll. Besides that, some other elements are also there. And also, if the ribosomes are not functioning, then the protein synthesis will be hampered, the plant will be weak. And important thing as a nucleic acid. So for the deficiency of the magnesium will cause the lot of abnormality in the plant. Another question related to that one type of question that usually asked is the matching. That is matching of the columns proper, and this also creates confusion among the students. So let us see this one. Match column 1 and column 2 and select the correct option. Here column 1 and this is column 2. Okay. A is potassium, molybdenum, phosphorus, and manganese. And here the function has been given. Different function. So it is the stomatal opening, the number 1, constituent of cell membrane, photolysis of water, most free ions and component of nitrogenase and nitrate reductase. So here is our options are number 1, 2, 3, 4. Here A, B, C, and D. Number 1, 1 and 4, 5, 2, 3. In option 2, it is 1, 5, 4, 3, 2, 3, 1, 5, 4, 2, 3. This is 4, 1, 3, 2, and 5. These are the options. Here we have to match, say, the number of elements here are 4, but the function here given in this column are 5. We have to match this. Here, of course, as it is showing that all the 5 functions are carried out by these 4 elements. It may be sometimes more than this side in one column, more than this number of function may be given, and only that 4, 1 each will match with this. But here, of course, the option, the way it has been given, that all the 5 are the option. So we have to see that which one is the correct option. See here, one thing, that potassium, we have learned that potassium ion is very, very important for the stomatal movement, opening and closing of stomata. It is the potassium ion. We have already learned in the chapter of transpiration that the modern theory of the stomatal movement is due to the movement of potassium ion. That change the osmotic potential of the guard cell, and that's why the water moves and turbidity change and the stomata open. So this is the one that is correct. Potassium is for the stomatal opening. Molybdenum, this molybdenum is a very important component of the enzyme nitrogenase. Nitrogenase is enzyme, nitrogenase and nitrate reductase. These are the enzymes, particularly this nitrogenase contain molybdenum, enzyme nitrogen, molybdenum and iron. So there are 2 fractions of the nitrogenase, and this contain molybdenum, and that's why if the molybdenum deficiency is there, then the nitrogen fixation particularly does not take place. So this will, with this, phosphorus is the constituent of the cell membrane. Okay. Then manganese is for the photolysis of water. In photosynthesis, that water breaks and it gives rise to hydrogen ion, electrons, and oxygen. So that's the breakdown of the water in presence of light, that is known as photolysis of water. And in photolysis of water, the manganese is very, very important. The another element which is important for the photolysis of water is the chlorine also is required. Okay, so here our now remain this most free ion. Actually, it is the potassium ion which is very much free, found in the cell cytoplasm, because this potassium ion maintains the osmotic potential of the cell. And also this potassium ion is found in the cell membrane also, of course, for the different pumps, that is the transport of different other minerals into and out of the cell. So this one also is the function of, this is not the function, means the found, this is true for the potassium also. Most free ion present in the cell cytoplasm. So all these are satisfied by our number one. One is A is 1 and 4, B is 5, C is 2, and D for 3. So okay, so like this is the few questions that we have solved and discussed. Of course, we cannot solve many questions. We have to, this is the course that is the crash course. So we have very short time and we only just discuss and solve some questions. If you have any doubt, please you can contact the institute and we will solve your problem. Thank you. Disconnect column. Because now, এটা কি চিপে রাখলে অফ হবে।